Hello, and welcome to vlog number 5 for the hashtag S'mores and Mayhem readathon. My name is Beth. I'll be your host on this journey through what I'm reading. See what I did there? I'm hosting you so you can see what I read. Mayhem. I'm supposed to have a phone interview in about 5 minutes, but until then, So it's about noon 30 on Wednesday, the 6th of July. I have gotten to the halfway point in High Wizardry. I have about 170 pages left, and I'm thinking that I'm just going to try to sit and read for the vast majority of the day and try to knock this puppy out. And then I have 2 days to read another small middle grade, or 2, or maybe 3. I don't know. I have time. But yeah, that's where I am. I'm on page 150. There's 330 pages, so I'm slightly less than halfway. But yesterday I finished Mr. Limoncello's library, and so today I'm just going to focus on High Wizardry and see if I can finish that up as well. And as always, I will let you know how it goes for me. It is now dark 30. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning, and a little while ago I finished High Wizardry by Diane Duane. This is the 4th book that I have finished for the S'mores and Mayhem readathon, and this is the 3rd book in the Young Wizards series by Diane Duane. And I feel like I've said her name multiple times. Diane Duane, Diane Duane, Diane Duane. Anyway, this book is not my favorite. I've only read the first 3 that I remember anyway. But this book follows Darine instead of Nita and Kit. Nita and Kit are the main characters from the previous 2 books. And Derry is Nita's little sister, and she is a brat. I want to slap her. I'm not a big fan of her at all. I like her in some parts of the book, but to me, she's fairly unrealistic. And in a world that is heavy on the science part of sci-fi fantasy and includes a very well-built, well-folded together wizardry based off of science and religion kind of folding and melding together, and having people that have a predilection to doing wizardry, that's saying something. This kid is like 9, 10, 11, somewhere in there, and apparently a programming genius, except they've just gotten their first home computer, and the computers at school only got to school in the past year. So how does Derry know all of that? It's an issue for me because she hasn't become a wizard at that point. And yes, she's read like all of the books in the library, which is great. But she's 9, so she can't assimilate all of that information properly, whether or not she even has it in her. That's all I'm saying. All right, I am giving the book a 3.75 out of 5 stars. So on Goodreads, it'll be a 4 stars out of 5 stars. And I'm looking forward to reading book number 4. I'm pretty sure that Kit and Nita play a bigger role in it than they did in this book, which is what I'm looking for. I really love their characters and how they work together within and without of the world, and all of that jazz. So yeah, moving on. Like I said, that was the 4th book that I had finished for this readathon. I have 4 left on my original TBR. Those are The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making, which I'm saving for kind of a last-ditch effort book because it has about 220 pages and fairly good-sized print on it, and I feel like I could sit down and read good portions of it all at once. The next one is the book that I can't remember its name, but it was the book that got wet at the pool yesterday, and so I'm also saving that one. It only has 130 pages. It is regular sized font, but it's a fairly short book anyway, and I feel like I could read good chunks of it without too much effort, and I don't really feel comfortable picking it up and trying to read the wet pages. They're still a little damp. So those 2 I'm saving for Friday. But the other two that I'm going to be working on until that point, or until I finish them and then can move on, are The Outcasts of 19 Schuler Place. This is the longest book that I have left on my TBR, and it's written by E.L. Konisberg. This is 300 pages, and it's about a girl who goes to summer camp but hates it and is rescued by her favorite uncle. And she gets to go and stay at 19 Schuler Place, which is his house, and she's never gotten to go stay there before. And she just really quickly realizes that something is very wrong with the people that live at the house and with the neighborhood itself. So it feels like it's going to be kind of a contemporary family drama, which is not something I typically read. So that's going to be interesting. And then the final book is one that was mentioned several times in the audiobook I just finished of Escape from Mr. Limoncello's Library. And yes, I have mentioned that book multiple times now. It's fabulous. If you have not read it, you need to get the audiobook and listen to it because the narrator is amazing. So great. All the different voices. Oh, anyway, this next book, the final book on my TBR, and the one that I am picking up as soon as I can, as in the morning, because I think I'm just going to go to bed now, um, is The Westing Game. It was mentioned multiple times, like I said, and it sounds really interesting anyway. So this is the next one I'm going to be picking up. And I feel like I should be all right. It's about 200 pages, so I feel like I should be pretty pretty well set up to finish this tomorrow. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I am going to start this and probably this tomorrow and be working on those. So if you have read any of the books that I mentioned, if you want to know more about them, if you want for me to do full reviews on anything I've read or am reading for this readathon, if you're going to pick them up because I talk about them, any of that, please leave me a message down below. Remember to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new, and I will be back in a little while to talk more about books with you. See you later. Bye.